Hi everybody, Jamie here, September 1st, 2013, just checking in with a little update. Let's see, doing a little bit better. Today's been kind of a rough day. I decided I was going to walk to the grocery store with my list. It wasn't a very big list, but I knew I'd be chancing it a little bit, and I paid for it because it was really hot out. Hot air doesn't do well for me. And I got in the car and had a huge coughing fit. I won't give you all the yucky details, but I had a little issue in my car, my brand new car. Anyway, my mom was there. I feel bad for her because she doesn't know what to do. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit through it and watch me go through it, and I know that's hard for her. So it was a rough day. This morning I did go out to breakfast with a friend of mine. That was okay, except for I got super hot at one point in the restaurant, so much so that my seat of my pants were soaking wet because it was a plastic seat, and I was so hot. Very unpleasant experience. But it is what it is, you know. I have to try to get out there and do things. This medicine, I'm still on the same medicine I was before, and it's got some awful side effects, irritability being one of them, so a lot of times I am not the most pleasant person to be around. I did find it at breakfast with my friend. My mom seems to get the brunt of that sometimes, and I feel bad. I apologize whenever I realize I'm being a real jerk, but I felt bad for her having to deal with that. Good news is I'm getting better. She won't have to worry about going on her trip on the 14th of September, and things will be fine. So, just sometimes I gotta catch my breath. What's funny is that at breakfast today, I could talk with no problem. Always seems as the day goes on, it gets worse. And some days are better than others. So the good news is I couldn't do that even a week ago. So they get better, and then they don't. It reminds me daily that I'm still not better, and which is a little depressing because it's been a month. I thought I'd be off of this right now. I thought I'd be starting to taper off medication by now, and it's apparent that it's not gone, and I still have problems. My oxygen sats when I got out of the grocery store today were below 80. So I was on the recovery side when I thought to test myself on that. So that means that for the during the big episode that I had after that, I was much lower than that, probably around 75, which most people would pass out at that level. Obviously, my body has adapted to the low oxygen levels. Not to say that that's good for your brain or anything to be that low, and I try to avoid it at all costs. That was not something I could have avoided. I guess maybe I shouldn't have gone walking through the grocery store, but you'd think after a month of the high dose of medicine that I'm on, I'd be okay. And I was feeling better, and I did test it the day before with some extra walking, and adjusting my oxygen, and I did okay. So, I don't know. Different from one day to the next, I guess. So this afternoon today has been kind of a bummer day. That kind of thing always throws you back a bit because you're wanting to get well and be better. I want to be able to work out. I want to walk around my house without this 50-foot cord attached to me, catching on everything. I swear, the next time I trip myself or I step on the cord or it gets caught in a place where I already know it's going to get caught on, gosh, that stuff just doesn't stop happening. I'm just going to freaking blow up. So the good news is the irritability is mostly when no one is here, so they don't have to deal with it. Weight loss gain, I was down to 285. I'm around 295 now, so I've gained about 10 pounds back. Have to get my Gatorade in for the day. That's one thing I have to do. I'm not happy about that. I feel like I could eat a house, well, on this medication now, because when I first started, it's kind of funny. When I first started it, the first 3 weeks, I felt like I didn't want to eat at all. So I lost a whole bunch of weight quickly. Now I feel like I want to eat all the time, so I'm gaining weight back. I'm doing my best to control that, but that's one of those things where I'm on a couple of different medications now that's causing that. The prednisone is throwing my blood sugar numbers through the roof. There's not much I can do about that. My doctor keeps raising my insulin. It's frustrating. Obviously things like this doesn't help, but the one day I forgot my prednisone in the morning, it's like, wow, my blood sugars are normal. This is working out pretty well, and I realized that the next day I realized I had missed my pills. So that was why, because when I take my prednisone, by the time I test my blood after lunch, even with the insulin, the high levels of insulin I'm taking, it's usually around 500. Mind you, that is extreme. Blood sugar numbers should not be that high. You should be around, 70 to 130? So, every 3 days, I email all my blood sugar tests to my doctor. He calls back by the end of that day, or his nurse rather does, and she gives me new numbers for insulin, or she tells me to stay the same. So we've been playing with that now for 5 weeks, and still no answer. So basically the insulin's really not helping, although I'd be scared to think of what my numbers would be without it. So that causes problems as well, irritability and other issues when you have high blood sugar all the time. By the time I wake up in the morning, it's normal, because then the prednisone has gone through the system, and then I take it again, and we start all over again. So it is what it is right now. What else is going on? Bored out of my mind. Nothing to do around here. I can't do much. It takes me all day just to do a couple loads of laundry. So I'm going bored, crazy. My QuickBooks, my personal finances are terribly out of date, about a month behind, obviously. I had just gotten it all cut up before I had left my vacation, when all the bad stuff happened, and ended up in the hospital. So, one step at a time. But I think I'm going to start that today because I'm just bored. I can't clean my house. I can't clean my, excuse me, clean my floors. It's a very frustrating, very unhappy situation that I'm in. I feel like I can't win and I'm not getting any better. I know I am, but there are episodes like today where I feel like this is never going to end. So I'm trying to keep my life as normal as possible, but I don't have friends that come around. My mom, I always feel like I'm bothering her if she comes over, and so I don't ask her to come help me unless I have no choice, and I'm just having a hard time. I think I expect too much of people, and I think I probably come on as being better than I am, and people don't realize I have to sit here all day and I can't do anything. And so this has been rough. Plus then I'm gaining weight and I can't control it. I can't control my appetite. And, it's just been rough. And I can't cry because then I'm going to cough. And I'm starting to cry. And so that's enough of this conversation for today. So I'm getting better, but not as quickly as I had hoped. And I guess today it just wins. Today's one of those days where it won. And I'm not strong enough to fight it today, so I'll start again tomorrow. I hope everyone else out there is doing well. Sorry for the long video. I try to keep these short, but it never happens. And I'll see you on the flip side, okay?